بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
وقالوا هذه third. This is their third superstition. وقالوا هذه أنعام وحرث حجر. And they fixed some of their animals, cattle, and their crops. They are forbidden. They are reserved. لا يطعمها إلا من نشاء بزعمهم. From this field or crop, nobody can eat anything except they had a list of their own. Only they can have these things. And likewise some of the cattle. وَأَنْعَامٌ حُرِّمَتْ ظُهُورُهَا. And they also fixed some cattle whose backs were forbidden. Forbidden from either to travel on their backs, to ride them, or carrying loads. No, these animals, they are dedicated to such and such idols, to such and such gods and goddesses. Now you can't touch them. وَأَنْعَامٌ لَا يَذْكُرُونَ اسْمَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهَا افْتِرَاءً عَلَيْهِ. And then they had fixed certain cattle. We can't take the name of Allah while sacrificing them, because we have devoted them to such and such gods and goddesses. Now Allah's name cannot be taken. All these things were concocted. Iftira'an alayh. They had concocted these things, invented these things, but then they were saying that these things are from Allah. Sayajzihim bima kanu yaftarun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will very soon recompense them, reward them, punish them from what concoctions they were doing. وَقَالُوا مَا فِي بُطُونِ هَذِهِ الْأَنْعَامِ خَالِصَةٌ لِذُكُورِنَا. Another one. And they say that whatever is in the wombs of these cattle, sheep or she-goats or she-cow, قَالُوا مَا فِي بُطُونِ هَذِهِ الْأَنْعَامِ خَالِصَةٌ لِذُكُورِنَا. It is exclusively for our males. وَمُحَرَّمٌ عَلَىٰ أَزْوَاجِنَا. And it is forbidden. Our wives cannot take it, cannot eat from it. وَإِن يَكُنْ مَيْتَةً. And if it is born dead, فَهُمْ فِيهِ شُرَكَاء. Then both of them, males and females, could eat it. سَيَجْزِيهِمْ وَصْفَهُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will very soon recompense them for all these things, allegations that they have made against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّهُ حَكِيمٌ عَلِيمٌ. Verily, He is all wise, all knowing. قَدْ خَسِرَ الَّذِينَ. Now there are the comments on these superstitions of theirs. قَدْ خَسِرَ الَّذِينَ قَتَلُوا أَوْلَادَهُمْ. People who killed their own offsprings to please the idols or gods and goddesses. They have thrown themselves in loss. بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ. Without any authority, without any knowledge, without any documentary knowledge. وَحَرَّمُوا مَا رَزَقَهُمُ اللَّهُ. They have deprived themselves what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given them. Allah had given them a son, a daughter, and they presented it and sacrificed it at the altar of some god and goddesses. Iftira'an Allah. And again it is an iftira, a concoction. And they are attributing it to Allah. قَدْ ضَلُّوا وَمَا كَانُوا مُهْتَدِينَ. They have gone astray, and they were not the people rightly guided. وَهُوَ الَّذِي أَنْشَأَ جَنَّاتٍ مَعْرُوشَاتٍ. And it is He who raised up gardens, supported and unsupported. These trees, these plants of grapes, they are supported. They can't go, they can't stand by themselves. مَعْرُوشَاتٍ وَغَيْرُ مَعْرُوشَاتٍ. And there are other which don't need any support. وَالنَّخْلَ. And the date palm. وَالزَّرْعَ. And the crop yielding different types of مُخْتَلِفًا أُكُلُهُ, different types of edibles. وَالزَّيْتُونَ. And the olives. وَالرُّمَّانَ. And the pomegranate. مُتَشَابِهٌ وَغَيْرَ مُتَشَابِهٍ. And they are similar to each other also and different from each other also. كُلُوا مِنْ ثَمَرِهِ. Eat of their fruit. إِذَا أَثْمَرَ. When they are bearing fruit. وَآتُوا حَقَّهُ يَوْمَ حَصَادِهِ. And you must pay the due from that on the very day of the harvest. When you have harvested the fruit, on the same day, 1/10 or whatever has been fixed, you give it for Allah, you give it for charity. وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا. But don't be extravagant. إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. Allah doesn't like the extravagant people. وَمِنَ الْأَنْعَامِ حَمُولَةً وَفَرْشًا. وَمِنَ الْأَنْعَامِ. The words which come in the beginning of the previous ayah, they are implied here also. وَهُوَ الَّذِي أَنْشَأَ مِنَ الْأَنْعَامِ حَمُولَةً وَفَرْشًا. And it is He who has raised from among the cattle, حَمُولَةً, the big animals who are the beasts of burden. They can carry loads, the camel and the horse and the mule, etc., etc. وَفَرْشًا, and smaller ones who are to be slaughtered for eating. كُلُوا مِمَّا رَزَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ. Go and eat what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided you. وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ. Don't follow in the footsteps of Satan. إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. Verily, he is for you an open enemy. Samaniyat azwaj, again the same. وَهُوَ الَّذِي أَنْشَأَ samaniyat azwaj. And it is He who has raised 8 in pairs. These were the cattle usually who are being used either for carrying loads or whose meat or flesh was taken as food. So there are 4 pairs, 8 in total. 8 in pairs. Samaniyat azwaj. Min az-za'n isnayn, 2 from the sheep, the he sheep and the she sheep. Wa min al-ma'z isnayn, and 2 from the goat, he goat, she goat. Qul az-zakarayn harrama am al-unsayayn. Now ask them, whether Allah has declared prohibited the 2 males or the 2 females. Amma ishtamalat alayhi arhamul unsayayn, or what? Or he has declared or forbidden to eat what is contained in the wombs of the 2 females. Nabbi'uni bi'ilmin in kuntum sadiqin. Now tell this to me with knowledge, documented knowledge, knowledge with authority, if you are true in whatever you are thinking, what you are believing. وَمِنَ الْإِبْلِ اسْنَيْنِ, and in the same way, he raised among the camel also 2. He camel, she camel. وَمِنَ الْبَقَرِ اسْنَيْنِ, among the cow, oxen 2, male and female. قُلْ أَذَّكَرَانِ حَرَمَ أَمِ الْأُنْثَيَيْنِ. Ask them, has Allah declared haram the 2 males or the 2 females? أَمَّ اشْتَمَلَتْ عَلَيْهِ أَرْحَامُ الْأُنْثَيَيْنِ, or he has declared that which is contained in the wombs of the 2 females. أَمْ كُنْتُمْ شُهَدَاءَ إِذْ وَصَّاكُمُ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا. Were you present at that time when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded you all these things? You say this is something from Allah. Were you present? If you were not present, do you have any documentary proof? Do you have any book? Any book which you claim to be revealed book? You have to bring forth. فَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنِ افْتَرَى عَلَى اللَّهِ كَذِبًا. So who is more evildoer than the one who concocts and forges a lie and attributes it to Allah? لِيُضِلَّ النَّاسَ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ, so that to make people go astray without any knowledge. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الظَّالِمِينَ. And Allah is not going to guide such evildoers to the right path. قُلْ لَا أَجِدُ فِي مَا أُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ مُحَرَّمًا عَلَىٰ طَاعِمٍ يَطْعَمُهُ. Tell them, say to them, I don't find in whatever is being revealed to me anything prohibited to eat for an eater who is eating it, except illa. Now what are the basic things which have been declared haram by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Illa an yakuna maytatan. Number 1 exception, animal is dead, so flesh of this dead animal is haram. Aw damam masfuhan, or the blood which has flown out. Damam masfuhan. If very small quantities of blood remains in the body, well, this is not haram. When you have done tazkiyah and the maximum blood goes out, still some blood can remain in the body. That is not haram, which can be flowed out. Aw lahma khinzirin. Number 3, the flesh of the swine. فَإِنَّهُ رِجْسٌ, because it is foul in itself. فَإِنَّهُ رِجْسٌ, it is in itself foul and impure. Aw fisqan, or the impious meat. أُحِلَّ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ بِهِ, of the animal sacrificed for someone else other than Allah. It was a goat, it was a sheep. All okay, halal, permissible. But it was sacrificed in the name of some other deity, some other god except Allah. Now it has become impious. فَمَنِ اسْتُرَّ غَيْرَ بَاغٍ وَلَا عَادٍ. Even among these things, who is compelled But two conditions, neither craving for it nor transgressing the limits. فَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. For such people, your Lord is forgiving and merciful. وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ هَادُوا حَرَّمْنَا كُلَّ ذِي ظَفَرٍ. And all those people who became Jews, who called themselves Jews, حَرَّمْنَا كُلَّ ذِي ظَفَرٍ. We had prohibited for them to eat all the animals who have undivided hoofs, just as horse, etc. The hoofs are one, not divided. وَمِنَ الْبَقَرِ وَالْغَنَمِ حَرَّمْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ شُهُورَهُمَا. And also even from the sheep, as well as the cows and oxen and calves, we prohibited upon them their fat. This fat was haram, except إِلَّا مَا حَمَلَتْ ظُهُورُهُمَا, whatever is sticking to their backs, abil haraya, or with the intestines, mixed, or مَخْتَلَطَ بِعَظْمٍ, or which is mixed with the bones. But where there is fat, separate fat, that is haram, that was declared haram for them. ذَلِكَ جَزَيْنَاهُمْ بِبَغْيِهِمْ. But it was a penalty. We had given them this reward and this penalty due to their insolence. They were rebellious. Although this was actually not haram, it was halal, permissible. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has declared it as a penalty upon them. وَإِنَّا لَصَادِقُونَ. And believe, whatever we are telling is correct and true. فَإِن كَذَّبُوكَ. Now, O Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, if they are belying you, if they are refuting you, فَقُلْ رَبُّكُمْ ذُو رَحْمَةٍ وَاسِعَةٍ. Tell them, your Lord has very wide mercy. The mercy of your Lord embraces everything. But at the same time, وَلَا يُرَدُّ بَعْصُهُ عَنِ الْقَوْمِ الْمُجْرِمِينَ. His punishment will also not be averted from the people who are guilty, who are sinful. So these two aspects of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's attributes must be kept simultaneously in mind. Shadidul iqab, Zuntiqab, Rauf and Rahim, and Ghafoor. These two aspects, they must be kept and borne in mind simultaneously. سَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا لَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مَا أَشْرَكُوا. Now these people will say, the last argument or the last plea that they can take. سَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا لَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مَا أَشْرَكْنَا وَلَا آبَاؤُنَا وَلَا حَرَّمْنَا مِنْ شَيْءٍ. Now they will say, had Allah willed or wished, we couldn't have associated anything with Him. We are under His control. He is controlling everything. Nor our forefathers could have done this shirk. Nor we could have declared things unlawful without His permission. When it has happened, so it means that it has the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He is the Lord, He is the controller, nothing can happen here. You say no leaf can move without His permission. So everything, if it has happened in the past, it has come to pass by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is their argument. كَذَلِكَ كَذَّبَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Such was the argument of the people who were before them. They ignore here that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given option. إِمَّا شَاكِرًا وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا. Every human being, it is open to him. He can go to the right path, to the wrong path. Had this not been there, there was no question of any testing, and then there could be no question of any rewarding or punishing. So this is the basic philosophy. حَتَّى ذَاقُوا بَأْسَنَا, until they tasted our punishment and chastisement. قُلْ هَلْ إِنْدَكُمْ مِنْ عِلْمٍ. Now this is the counter-attack. Ask them, is with you present any knowledge, any documentary knowledge? Can you produce? تُخْرِجُوهُ لَنَا, which you can present before us, that this is the book. Wrongly or rightly, we were told that this is the divine book. And it is written in this book, all these laws. They didn't have any book whatsoever. All were superstitions only. هَلْ عِنْدَكُمْ مِنْ عِلْمٍ فَتُخْرِجُوهُ لَنَا إِن تَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا الظَّنَّ. No, you are following nothing except your own conjectures. إِنْ أَنْتُمْ إِلَّا تَخْرُصُونَ. And you are doing nothing except guessing. It's all guesswork. It's all the creation of your imagination and nothing else. قُلْ فَلِلَّهِ الْحُجَّةُ الْبَالِغَةُ. Now, this argument, tell them Now the argument is in the favor of Allah. If you can't produce any book, any document, now who wins the argument? فَلِلَّهِ الْحُجَّةُ الْبَالِغَةُ. The conclusive argument is now in favor of Allah. فَلَوْ شَاءَ لَهَدَاكُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. Had he so wished, he could have all of you on the right path. But he has given you the option. Even now, if you don't believe, well, okay, no, don't believe. Go your way. Another alternative. If you don't have any written proof, any documentary proof of what you are saying, there can be another alternative. قُلْ هَلُمَّ شُهَدَاكُمُ الَّذِينَ يَشْهَدُونَ أَنَّ اللَّهَ حَرَّمَ هَذَا. Okay. Bring forth the witnesses from amongst you who can testify to it that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has declared these things to be haram. فَإِنْ شَهِدُوا. It was hoped that none of them will take this courage. But it is said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, فَإِنْ شَهِدُوا. If, suppose, someone of them comes, and says, yes, I am a witness to it, لَا فَلَا تَشْهَدْ مَعَهُمْ. O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you don't be a witness to it. وَلَا تَتَّبِعْ أَهْوَاءَ الَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا. And you don't follow the wishes and the whims of the people who are denying and belying our revelations. وَالَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ وَهُمْ بِرَبِّهِمْ يَعْدِلُونَ. And those who are denying the akhirah, the hereafter. This is the real disease. This is the real cause. They love this world and they want to keep out of sight, out of mind, the hereafter. If somebody has any idea of resurrection and hereafter and the accountability of the day of judgment, then he will listen. He will be serious. He will ponder over things. But if he is just carefree, he has no idea, if he absolutely denies that there is going to be a resurrection, then this is the basic disease. وَهُمْ بِرَبِّهِمْ يَعْدِلُونَ. And that is why they are making or declaring other things or other people or other gods and goddesses equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now this word يَعْدِلُونَ, it appeared in the first ayah also. Alhamdulillah alladhi khalaqa samawati wal ard wa ja'ala as-zulumati wan nur thumma alladhina kafaru bi rabbihim ya'dilun. Now what does it denote? The main, discussion of this surah has finished here. The beginning and the end, the similarity. Now the rest of the two sections, they are, so to say, the concluding remarks, final remarks. In a sermon, a person who is giving a sermon, he goes to the right, to the left, he deals different aspects of this issue, and then, he comes to the main issue again. So that the real thing which is to be impressed, it becomes absolutely clear. After all this discussion, now this is the essence. قُلْ تَعَالَوْا أَتْلُ مَا حَرَّمَ رَبُّكُمْ عَلَيْكُمْ. Say to them, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, come, I tell you, I narrate to you. This is with authority, I narrate to you what your Rabb, your Lord, has declared as prohibited for you. You have concocted these beliefs and these ideas and this creation of your own imagination and thinking, all these beliefs and rules, etc., having no proof, no documentary proof, no intellectual basis, but now I tell you, what is the real deen? This is the basis of the deen of Allah. And here, if you can count, these are the 10 commandments of Quran. Number 1, Allah tushriku billah shay'a. Don't associate with Allah as a partner or equal in any respect, neither in his person, nor in his attributes, nor for that matter in his rights, nor for that matter in his authority. 4 aspects of shirk. Associating someone in the person of Allah, associating someone, declaring him equal in some attribute of Allah, in some authority of Allah, in some right of Allah. Number 1. Second, وَبِالْ وَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. You have to do good, behave gently to your parents. Number 3, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ مِنْ إِمْلَاقٍ. Don't kill your offsprings for the fear of poverty. نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ وَإِيَّاهُمْ. It's we. We are providing you also, we shall provide them also. Don't think you are providing for your own self. Provider, Allah. He will provide for them also. Number 4, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الْفَوَاحِشَ مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَمَا بَطَنَ. Don't go near the indecencies, the open shameful acts. Don't go near them, whether they are openly done, committed, or secretly. Number 5, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ. Don't assassinate, don't kill, don't murder any human being, any human soul, whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has declared to be haram, illa bil-haq, except in the course of law, in the course of justice. If somebody has killed someone, maybe he is also killed for him. Inna nafsa bin nafse. But without that, without any cause, not killing any human being. Number 6, Zalikum wassakum. This is not number 6. These 5 things have been added here. Zalikum wassakum bihi la'allakum ta'qilun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these things He has enjoined upon you so that you may think and you may ponder, you may understand that these are the basis of human society and social order. Number 6, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا مَالَ الْيَتِيمِ إِلَّا بِالَّتِي أَحْسَنُ. Don't go near the property of the orphan, but in the best way. Don't try to eat it up before he becomes, he comes of age, he becomes mature. حَتَّى يَبْلُغَ أَشُدَّهُ. Till that time that he reaches his puberty and he becomes a mature person. Number 7, وَأَوْفُوا الْكَيْلَ وَالْمِيزَانَ. 7 and 8. Fill the measure. When you are measuring something and you are selling something by measure, fill the measure. وَالْمِيزَانَ. And give the full weight. Number 8, بِالْقِسْطِ, with justice. لَا نُكَلِّفُ نَفْسًا إِلَّا وُسْعَهَا. We are not going to hold responsible anybody, any soul, except according to his capacity. We are not going to charge anyone, any soul, but according to his capacity. And number 9, وَإِذَا قُلْتُمْ فَعَدِلُوا وَلَوْ كَانَ ذَا قُرْبَى. If you say something, if you are giving a verdict in any dispute, then it should be just. Do justice. Although the concerned party might be related to you, but you are not going to do any favor, you have to be just. And last but not the least, and you may say, this is the most important, the most comprehensive, وَبِأَهْدِ اللَّهِ أَوْفُوا. And fulfill the covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just recall the first ayah of Surah Al-Ma'idah, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu awfu bil uqud. Aqd and ahad, they are the same. Aqd and ahad. Wa bi ahdillahi awfu. And all the covenants you have made with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fulfill them. Zalikum wasabihi la'allakum tadhakkarun. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has enjoined upon you, so that you may be reminded. So actually this is the basis of deen. You have just forgot all these things. Your all malpractices in your dealings with human beings. But you are very sensitive about these things. This animal is haram. I can't ride it. So the flesh of this animal I can't take. And these superstitions, as I told you last night, they haunt the people even after coming to believe. Because they have very deep roots in the subconscious minds of the people, of the nations. We, most of us who have converted to Islam from Indian background, we have still, because they had a belief that if a person dies, his soul coming over to the house, doesn't run away for 3 days, then you give some charity, and then it will run away. So they were doing tija, 3rd day, and we are doing soyam. We just, translated tija into soyam. From Hindi, it was Persian. So actually it's the same thing. The same customs, the same superstitions. But if the poor soul is coming to your house, what it is going to do to you? Let it enjoy, the company of the beloveds, the sons and the daughters, and maybe wife, etc., etc. You want to make him run off. But for you, then you have to feed some people. The clergy, when religion becomes a profession, they need something to eat, and the best things to be, offered in eating. And this is what happens everywhere. So these are the things, they haunt the nations even after they have changed their creeds, they have changed their beliefs, but these things, they have deep roots in subconscious mind, into their psyche. وَأَنَّ هَذَا صِرَاطِي مُسْتَقِيمًا. And declare, O Muhammad, this is my path, which is very straight. These 10 things. 10 commandments of Torah are very important. And here I have counted for you 10 commandments of Quran. وَأَنَّ هَذَا صِرَاطِي مُسْتَقِيمًا فَاتَّبِعُوهُ. This is my path which is absolutely straight, so follow it. وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا السُّبُلَ. And don't follow other paths. فَتَفَرَّقَ بِكُمْ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ. They will scatter you away from the path of Allah. This is the only path. اهْدِنَا الصِّرَاطَ الْمُسْتَقِيمَ. We ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in every rak'ah of our prayer, اهْدِنَا الصِّرَاطَ الْمُسْتَقِيمَ وَأَنَّ هَذَا صِرَاطِي مُسْتَقِيمًا. This is my path, the straight path. فَاتَّبِعُوا وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا السُّبُلَ فَتَفَرَّقَ بِكُمْ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ ذَلِكُمْ وَصَّاكُمْ بِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. This Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has enjoined upon you, so that you may have real taqwa, so that you may be saved from the fire of hell. So actually this is for you. You are to benefit from this, not that Allah needs something. ثُمَّ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ تَمَامًا عَلَى الَّذِي أَحْسَنَ. And then we gave the book to Moses also, and to complete for the person who wanted to do good, whosoever wants to go on the right path. Torah was a guide to him. وَتَفْسِيرًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. And all details were discussed in that. وَهُدًى. And it was a guidance. وَرَحْمَةً. And a mercy. لَعَلَّهُمْ بِلِقَاءِ رَبِّهِمْ يُؤْمِنُونَ. So that they should believe in the meeting with Allah. Now this is most crucial. This akhirah, this returning towards Allah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. This is most fundamental. If we have the belief in it, then we shall be very serious regarding all the things. We'll think twice before doing something. What will happen on the Day of Judgment? I have to go and meet my Lord. And I have to stand before Him. أَمَّا مَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ فَإِنَّ الْجَنَّةَ هِيَ الْمَأْوَىٰ. Who has been fearing that a day has to come. There will be an hour, the fixed hour, the appointed hour, as-sa'ah, when I will be resurrected. And I'll have to stand before my Lord for the grand accountability of the Day of Judgment. If this fear is there, his behavior will be okay. He will think twice before even uttering a word. Will I be able to justify this word on the Day of Judgment before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That I could say this. وَهَذَا كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ مُبَارَكٌ. And now after Moses, whom we gave Torah, this is the book that we have sent down. هَذَا كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ مُبَارَكٌ. It's most profound. It can bring all the good which is inherent in your nature, bring forth. It will, just as the water from the rainwater can bring forth the hidden treasures of the earth. In the same way, the hidden treasure within you, the divine soul within you, the divine spark, as some of the Western philosophers use this term, divine spark in man. There is a divine spark. So that divine spark of within you, it can bring it forth, it can develop it. So this is the book, most profound. هَذَا كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ مُبَارَكٌ فَاتَّبِعُوهُ. Follow it now. وَاتَّقُوا لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. And have taqwa of Allah. Try to save yourself from His displeasure, so that you can be, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does mercy upon you. أَن تَقُولُوا. This is a very important ayah. Just as we had the people of the book were addressed. أَن تَقُولُوا. Lest you should say on the Day of Judgment that no Bashir and no Nazir came to us. No. 600 years passed. No Bashir, no Nazir came to us. Now, فَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ بَشِيرٌ وَنَذِيرٌ. In the same way, the pagan Arabs are here addressed. أَن تَقُولُوا إِنَّمَا أُنزِلَ الْكِتَابُ عَلَىٰ طَائِفَتَيْنِ مِنْ قَبْلِنَا. Lest you should say that the book was given and sent to two parties before us. The book was given to the Jews, Torah. Another book was given to the Christians, Injil. We were not given any book. So that could be the basis of a plea that you can take on the Day of Judgment. وَإِن كُنَّا عَنْ دِرَاسَتِهِمْ لَغَافِلِينَ. We were not aware of their teachings and their, readings and learnings. We were a different nation. They were a different nation. Book was given to them. They are accountable. But we were not given any book. So we are not accountable. أَوْ تَقُولُوا لَوْ أَنَّا أُنزِلَ عَلَيْنَا الْكِتَابَ لَكُنَّا أَهْدَى مِنْهُمْ. Or you might say on the Day of Judgment that had the book been given to us, we would have been much more rightly guided than they. You can say it. Because it's a conditional sentence. Had the book been given to us, we wouldn't have proved to be like Jews or the Christians, that they didn't fulfill their obligations toward that book. If it was given to us, we would have been ahda, more rightly guided than them. فَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ بَيِّنَةٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. The possibility of all these pleas and all these lame excuses finished when this book has come to you. Now the bayyana has come to you from your Lord. And what is bayyana? Just recall the first ayah of Surah Al-Bayyana. لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين حتى تأتيهم البينة. And what is bayyana? رسول من الله يتلو صحفا مطهرة فيها كتب قيمة. So this bayyana has now come to you. This bayyana had come to the Bani Israel, to the sons of Israel. This bayyana had come to the Christians or the Jews. Actually, Hazrat Masih alayhi salam was also sent for the Jews, basically. So this bayyana came to them. You could have said, well, no bayyana came to us. How are we being accounted against? No. فَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ بَيِّنَةٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَهُدًى, and the guidance, وَرَحْمَةٌ, and the mercy. فَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ كَذَّبَ بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ. So now, who is more evildoer than the one who belies the revelations of Allah? Instead of accepting them, benefiting from them, following them, they are belying, refuting, rejecting. وَصَدَفَ عَنْهَا, and they are turning away from them. سَنَجْزِي الَّذِينَ يَصْدِفُونَ عَنْ آيَاتِنَا سُوءَ الْعَذَابِ بِمَا كَانُوا يَصْدِفُونَ. Very soon we shall put these people who are turning away from our revelations, due to this turning away, to a very bad, a very grievous punishment we shall give to them. هَلْ يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَّا أَنْ تَأْتِيَهُمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ. Now what are they waiting for? All the things have been made clear to them. All their objections have been cleared. All arguments have been given to them. Everything has been clarified. Now what are they waiting for? Why are they not accepting this book of Allah and accepting Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? هَلْ يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَّا أَنْ تَأْتِيَهُمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ. Are they waiting for the angels to come? أَوْ يَأْتِيَ رَبُّكَ. Or they are waiting for the Lord to come himself. Now just recall here the ayah of Surah Al-Fajr. وَجَاءَ رَبُّكَ وَالْمَلَكُ صَفًّا صَفًّا. On the day of judgment, surely, Allah will also descend. And all the malaika will be standing over there. In the divine court, there will be the Chief Justice of the day of judgment, Maliki Yawmiddin. He will be there before the eyes. So actually, are they waiting for the day of the judgment? These words mean this. هَلْ يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَّا أَنْ تَأْتِيَهُمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ أَوْ يَأْتِيَ رَبُّكَ أَوْ يَأْتِيَ بَعْضُ آيَاتِ رَبِّكَ. Or some signs of your Lord come. Now these signs, have been given by the Prophet ﷺ in his prophecies. Signs of Qiyamah. Alamatus Sa'ah. You can find full chapters in the books of Ahadith under this title. When those signs of Qiyamah, clear signs will come, then it will not be possible for anybody to benefit from Iman. Now the doors will be closed. يَوْمَ يَأْتِي بَعْضُ آيَاتِ رَبِّكَ. The day when these signs from your Lord will come to you, لَا يَنْفَعُ نَفْسًا إِيمَانُهَا لَمْ تَكُنْ آمَنَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِ. Now no soul will be able to benefit from Iman, from believing at that time, who had not believed before. أَوْ كَسَبَتْ فِي إِيمَانِهَا خَيْرًا. Or who had not earned any good deeds in his beliefs. Only believing means nothing, unless you are doing also good deeds. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. قُلْ انْتَظِرُوا. Again the same challenging attitude. So okay, go on waiting. إِنَّا مُنْتَظِرُونَ. We are also waiting. Now we shall see which way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to decide. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ فَرَّقُوا دِينَهُمْ وَكَانُوا شِيَعًا. Verily those who have split up their deen, divided their deen, and they have become sects. لَسْتَ مِنْهُمْ فِي شَيْءٍ. Oh Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you don't have to do anything with them. Because they have divided their deen. You know what happened? The deen was Islam. Deen of Ibrahim, Islam. But you know the Jews took away a branch. Now this is Judaism. Again the deen of Islam coming. The Christians took a branch to the other side. This becomes Christianity. This deen of Islam has now been perfected on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As we found in the last surah, Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam deena. Fatafarraqa bikum an sabiilihi. Now people who have separated their ways from this right path, oh Muhammad, you have to do nothing with them. Ilallah. Innama amruhum ilallah. Their matter is with Allah. He will decide. Summa yunabbihum bima kanu yaf'alun. And then he will inform them what they were doing. Man jaa bil hasanati falahu ashru amsalha. Whosoever will bring a good deed on the day of judgment, he will be given tenfold in reward. Waman jaa bis sayyati, and whosoever brings a bad deed, fala yujza illa mislaha. He will not be punished but equal to that one bad deed. Wahum la yuzlamun, and they will not be wronged. Qul innani hadani rabbi ila siratim mustaqim. Now this is a very beautiful ayah. Proclaim, O Muhammad, and let us also proclaim in the same tone and in the same way. Innani hadani rabbi ila siratim mustaqim. Certainly my Lord has guided me to the right path, to the straight path. Deenan qiyamam millata Ibrahim hanifa. The straight deen. And that is the creed of Ibrahim, who was absolutely free from all shirk, very pure and upright person. وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. He was not from among the associators. قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Proclaim again, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and proclaim each one of you, O Muslims, that my prayers as well as my sacrifices, and in the same way my life and my death, all are devoted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of all the worlds. La sharika lahu wa bizalika umirtu wa ana awwalul muslimin. Nobody, there is no associate with him, and to this I have been commanded, and I am the first of all who submit to him. Qul ghayra Allahi abghi rabban. Tell them, ask them, do you want me to seek another Lord except Allah? Wa huwa rabbu kulli shay'in. He is the Lord of everything. La taqsibu kullu nafsin illa alayha. All the souls are earning whatever they are earning. They are not earning except on their own themselves. وَلَا تَذِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. And no soul will carry the load of another soul. ثُمَّ إِلَىٰ رَبِّكُمْ مَرْجِعُكُمْ. Then to your Lord is going to be your return. فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَخْتَلِفُونَ. And then He will tell you, and He will inform you in what things you had been differing. وَهُوَ الَّذِي جَعَلَكُمْ خَلَائِفَ الْأَرْضِ. And it is He who made you the successors and vicegerents in the earth. وَرَفَعَ بَعْضَكُمْ فَوْقَ بَعْضٍ دَرَجَاتٍ. And He raised you over some others, some of you over the others in ranks. لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ فِي مَا آتَاكُمْ. لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ. So that He may test you. He may try you. He may put you to test in what He has given you. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ سَرِيعُ الْعِقَابِ. Verily your Lord is very swift in reckoning, in taking the account, and swift in giving the punishment. وَإِنَّهُ لَغَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. And verily and certainly He is Ghafoor, forgiving, and Rahim, merciful. Again the two aspects, the attributes of Allah. He is Sari'ul Iqab and He is Ghafoorur Rahim.